Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Colorado Rockies taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. First pitch coming your way next.
And now, please welcome your Tampa Bay Rays.
So almost ready to get underway. And on the hill, the lefty, Shane McClanahan. How about a scouting report on him?
He's a dominant pitcher, but he can get a little too relaxed second and third time through the order and miss his spots. That's where we see him get touched up. If he maintains the same intensity that he has in the first inning and the second inning, I think we'll see him hand the ball over to his closer.
Brenton Doyle leading things off and takes a strike. And strike two.
It's a good changeup to hit up in the zone. I don't think he recognized it. I'm sure he'd love to have that one back.
And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout.
Well, he clearly didn't recognize that curveball out of the hand and tried to check the swing. Just went around too far, and you're hoping the umpire maybe missed it, and they bail you out.
Ryan McMahon steps to the plate. And that drops in for a strike.
He's been known to jump all over the first pitch, so that seems like a missed opportunity right there.
McClanahan, a former All-Star. He features a four-seam fastball, a changeup, a curve, and he works in a slider. Into the outfield, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Batting third, the shortstop, Ezekiel Tovar.
Now it's the shortstop, Ezekiel Tovar. Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. Man at first, one away. Popped up. Caballero. And there's two down. Time to check out the Rockies lineup. Singy, this righty-heavy lineup must be licking their chops with a lefty on the mound.
Well, to me, Boog, it shows the manager's trying to set these players up to have a big game. Facing an opposite-handed pitcher, you only get a fraction of a second longer to see the ball and decide to swing, but that can be the difference between a line drive and a swinging strike.
On the ground, right side. Over to Diaz. Bryant out on the play. And that is that. So one left for Colorado. Now it's the Rays' turn. No score. Back after this on the show. Back here at Tropicana Field. Today's starter for Colorado, Kyle Freeland. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, there are going to be a lot of balls in play because of the ground ball rate. Important that the defense stays engaged in the game. I think it's critical. Tempo is there. If you work quickly, it helps the fielders behind you to stay engaged, to make those plays and help you get through the innings.
Now up for Tampa Bay, Yandy Diaz. That one fouled off. Yeah, that's fouled off. That one is absolutely belted. And it one-hops the wall. Around first, digging for two. The relay to second, and he's out easily.
Gotta love the hustle and the attitude there to try to stretch that single into a double, but unfortunately thrown out at second base. He was so close to being in scoring position.
Lau at the plate. There's a swing and a drive. It's a bomb. He flexes his power with that swing, and the Rays take the lead. It's 1-0.
That's a fun way to take the lead. Just hit one out of the park.
Singy, I hope you saw it because it didn't stay in the air for long.
No, it didn't, Boog. StatCast telling us 110 miles per hour off the bat, and that's plenty to hit one out if you get enough air under it. As a hitter, you hardly feel the ball when you make contact as solid as he did right there.
And now, Junior Caminero. This one smoked on its way out of here. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And they add a run. It's 2-0. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back. Back-to-back homers, always a special feeling at the ballpark, especially if it's your team that does it and those guys get to slap hands at home plate. This is the kind of thing that can really fire up a ball club.
So 1 out, nobody on. And stepping in for the Rays, Josh Lowe. Out towards right center. That's well struck. That's down. One hops off the wall. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. As soon as that one shot off his barrel, he was thinking extra bases. Really nice job of getting the bat out front, but not hooking around it or rolling over it. Just kept the swing on plane and smoked that thing into the gap.
1 out, runner at second. And here's the catcher, Danny Jansen. This one smoked, could be trouble. Headed for the plate. He'll score easily.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. So much of good hitting is finding holes in the defense. That's why you're always thinking line drive into the gap. Those kinds of swings really boost your confidence.
One out, runner at second. Christopher Morel next to hit for the Rays. That one ripped. And it one-hops the wall. Run comes in from second. Not in time. It's a double.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. He got a pitch he could get to out front, kept his back through the ball, and didn't pull off or roll his hands over. And that allowed him to rip that ball down the line for the double.
So, a man aboard. To the plate now for the Rays is the DH, Jonathan Aranda. Fouled off left side.
Well, a really rough inning out there on the mound. And this is one of those where you learn a lot about a guy's toughness and his ability to turn the page and keep pressing forward.
Ball. Little trouble with this one behind the plate.
Well, at this pace, he's not going to be in this game for very long, but he's got to find a way to shake it off, keep it isolated to one inning, come back out. You could throw up a bunch of zeros and save that bullpen.
This one in the dirt. To third. Tag, got him. Space is empty. Fair ball. Around first, heading for two. And he'll pull him to second safely.
Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
So runner at second, 2 down. Johnny DeLuca next to hit for the Rays. And first offering is fouled off. And that one is lifted in the air, and it stays fair. Aranda around third. He will score. The throw to second is offline. Manager out of the dugout now, and he'll make a move to dip into the Rockies bullpen. Kyle Freeland gives way, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this.
Now pitching for the
So the Rockies turn the ball over to a new arm, 29. Tanner Gordon.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Man at second here with 2 away. Jose Caballero now at the plate. Here's the pitch. Runner on the move. This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. Tolia makes the grab, and that'll do it. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. And the lead is now 5-0. You're watching Tampa Bay Rays baseball on the show, Florida. And welcome back to the ballpark. Thairo Estrada to the plate. This is a guy who's in the lineup first and foremost because of what he contributes defensively, Chris. And when you talk about preventing runs from being scored, this guy is a big contributor.
0-1's the count.
I was always told it's hard to take you off the field when you play really good defense, especially at a premier position, and that's what he does.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
The hitting's going to come around. He's going to figure it out. But right now, his big asset is the way he plays the game on defense.
Next pitch inside. And a count 1-2.
Five-run lead after their first at bat. That is huge at this point, but you've got to keep the attitude to keep your foot on the gas. Don't let that team back in this ball game. Cruise to the finish line, but do it with intention.
Liner, base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Batting 6, the first baseman, number 4.
Here's Michael Tolia. In there for a strike at the top of the zone. Tolia, 26 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2019. And the 0-1. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And they're at the corners with nobody out.
He's in there.
Batting 7, the left fielder, number 22, Nolan Jones.
So runners at the corners, nobody out. Now here's Nolan Jones. Right through there for a strike. Runners at the corners, nobody out. Here at the top of the second. Just missed.
Outside.
Ed Drummond behind the plate calling balls and strikes. Maybe one of the most respected umpires around the league.
He's not the kind of umpire that you're likely to notice back there. And that can be a huge compliment, really. So if you're just kind of quietly doing your job, staying consistent with your calls.
That's out to center field. Squeezes it. Runner tags for home. The throw in. It's off the mark and he scores. It's 5-1.
Good piece of hit right there. He's thinking off the bat, that's getting down for extra bases, but nice job of the outfielder running it down, making the catch. Still comes away with the sac fly, though. RBI.
Jordan Beck digging in for the Rockies. And that one fouled off. Foul ball there. On the ground, right side. And that one finds its way through. And now two aboard.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
Jacob Stallings batting with one down, takes a strike. Ripped on a line, corrals it, and there's two away.
Now batting, the center fielder, Brenton Doyle.
Here's the Rockies leadoff hitter, Brenton Doyle. Went down on strikes his first time through. He was late there, strike one.
0-1.
And that is out of play. Swing and a miss, struck him out. They limit the damage here. One run in the inning, but they leave two. Now to the bottom of the second. It's the Rays 5 and the Rockies 1. Back now in Tampa Bay, digging in, Yandy Diaz.
Yandy Diaz.
High fly ball lifted in the air right field. Beck makes the catch, and there's one down.
A little drop and drive on that swing. Backside collapsing just a little bit, trying to put the ball in the air.
Wow.
And now it's Brandon Lau. He's already homered here in this one. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. Back there. Say goodbye to that one. Another homer. His second home run of the game. It's 6-1.
Wasn't fooled on the first pitch at all. He squared it up right away. With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
And now it's going to be Junior Caminero. Fought off foul. One out, bases empty, and a run in. Bottom half of inning number 2. One down, bases empty. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right center field. Reaching for it and brings it in.
The right fielder, number 15. Josh.
Look how far he had to go that time. What an amazing catch.
He believes that he can get to everything, and that attitude allows the speed to play in well enough for him to run down balls that guys would just play off the hop.
2 down, bases empty. And now the right fielder, Josh Lowe. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Crushed to right. This one's got a chance. Out of here. Home run. A solo shot. It's their second home run of the inning, and they add to the lead. It's 7-1. Danny Jansen to hit here. He doubled home a run in his first AB. Not even close there. 1-0. Two down, nobody on. This one drilled to left. No doubt about it as they add on more. They go back to back. It's 8-1. That's their fifth homer of the game.
Man, they're all getting into the action. It's starting to feel like a home run derby up here. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
So two down. And now Christopher Morel doubled his first time up. Swing and a foul out of play. Two outs. That's too low. 1-1.
This has been a rough inning, but sometimes you just got to work through it. Save the rest of that bullpen. Somehow stop the bleeding.
And now the count 1-2 after the swing and the miss.
One ball.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Dives and he can't hang on. Throws to second and he's out.
Got him. That's an out.
Cut down, and that ends the inning. New inning getting started. Here's the third baseman, Ryan McMahon. McClanahan back to work. That one finds the zone. It's 0-1.
Clearly down in this ball game, and you can't look at the deficit and try to get it all back in one swing. It's got to come one at bat at a time, and even shrink it down smaller, pitch to pitch. Make that guy on the mound work to get you out.
And that one pulled foul. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That K is his third of the game.
Such a challenge when a guy's got great velocity. He's throwing a slider over 90 miles per hour. You want to be ready to hit that fastball, but that late break just eats you up every time.
And first offering is fouled off. 1 out, base is empty. And it's fouled away. lands another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the frame, and that's now 3 in a row.
Yeah, he's really settling in and getting a feel for his pitches, throwing them where he wants to right now. So we'll see how long he can keep this streak going.
Bryant, the batter now, as he swings and misses for strike 1.
Hey, 7 straight strikes to start the frame. He's got a chance at an immaculate inning.
Next offering is fouled back. Got him! And how about that? It's an immaculate inning.
Well, he's saying who needs the defense? An immaculate inning. 3 strikeouts, 9 pitches. We just witnessed something really special.
And we're back
and
as we go to the last of the third.
Hitter,
at the plate now for the Rays is the DH, Jonathan Aranda. Up the middle, Tovar. Handles, throws to first. 1 up, 1 down.
Now batting, the center fielder, Johnny DeLuca.
So next to the plate for Tampa Bay, Johnny DeLuca doubled his first time. Cut on and lifted in the air. Beck under it. Hauls it in for the out. And there's 2 down.
Now batting, the shortstop, Jose.
Now up for Tampa Bay, Jose Caballero. He's 0 for 1. Headed down the line. And a foul ball. Two down, nobody on. In the air on the infield, Tolia settles under it and makes the play, and that's out number 3. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. 3 innings complete. It's the Rays 8 and the Rockies 1. Back here at Tropicana Field, start of the 4th. Now it's the second baseman, Thairo Estrada. And first offering is fouled off. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. And that one is downstairs. Going to count 1 and 2. Hit in the air, right field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 1 away. Next for Colorado, Michael Tolia. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Breaking ball misses down and away. And a foul ball. Inside corner, and that's called a strike. Battling here as he fouls it away. Kicks and deals. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. The Rays up big in this one. Top half of inning number 4. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Next to hit for the Rockies, Nolan Jones.
Picked up an RBI in his last at bat. Still their only run of the game so far.
Outside with a breaking ball. There's a strike.
He's gotten into a really good rhythm, set down 7 in a row. He just wants to get the baseball and deliver it as quickly as possible. Keep the momentum going.
And that gets the inside corner for a strike. That one ripped right center field. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. And he's in at second with a 2-out double.
He was all over that one. Everything was mechanically sound with that swing right there. I mean, that's pretty much what you're wanting to replicate with every rep you take. You want good balance, barrel directly to the baseball, and good long extension after contact out in front of home plate. Man, there are a lot of doubles in a swing like that.
So, man aboard, Jordan Beck digging in for the Rockies. Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. Low makes the catch, and that is that. The Rockies strand one. It's still an 8-1 ball game. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Yandy Diaz
the first
now.
baseman, Yandy Diaz.
And first offering is fouled off.
Well, these Rays putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. Everything is clicking, and when you're producing more than 2 runs an inning, it's pretty obvious your guys came to do some damage.
Sends it to Tolia, and one gone in the 4th as they get the leadoff man.
Obviously, this type of run production isn't exactly sustainable game to game, but it's a good sign that a lot of hard work's been paying off.
Brandon Lau will hit next. Swung on, belted. Way back there. That's long gone. And he's gone yard again. That's his 3rd home run of the game. And they add a run. It's 9-1. Singy, the ball is jumping off his bat.
Yes, it is. Tons of loud contact. Man, it's been impressive. He's putting on quite the show at the dish here in this one, and he's just so locked in with this swing, and he's just not missing right now. 3-homer game. Man, it's so special. And I tell you what, it's a lot of fun watching him pull it off as well.
Manager out of the dugout now, and he'll make a move to dip into the Rockies bullpen. Tanner Gordon done for the day, and the home run really bit him today as he exits on the hook for the loss. New arm coming on after the break. Jake Bird taking over on the mound.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Base is empty, 1 away, and stepping in for the Rays, Junior Caminero. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Beck makes the grab for the 2nd out.
Now batting, the right fielder.
2 outs, base is empty. Josh Lowe next to hit for the Rays. He's already homered in this game. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. 2 down, base is empty, but 1 run across. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. And a foul ball. And And the slider just misses.
We got 2 balls, 1 strike.
2 balls, 2 strikes to count with 2 outs. Stays alive. In the air, fairly deep to right field. Beck on the move to the gap. Makes the catch, inning over. And the Rays get one on a solo shot. And they're starting to run away. It's now 9-1. You're dialed into the show. Back here in a blowout, which gives us a chance to talk about just about anything.
Bro, don't get me fired.
All right, Singy, you've tightened up the hairdo, but back when you played, how valuable was it to have a barber in the clubhouse?
Well, Boog, I'm going to say invaluable. That's how valuable that it was, because I was the barber. Yes, I was the team barber, man. I'd be cutting hair 7:05 game. I'd be finishing cutting someone's hair at 6:45.
Whoa.
And I'd ask these guys, you're making millions of dollars. Why can't you go to a stylist and get your hair done? You're coming to the clubhouse pressuring me to cut your hair before a game.
And first offering is fouled off. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're at the top of the 5th. And there's a foul ball. Oh, 0-2 now. And that one missing inside a sharp slider. Would they pay you?
No, absolutely not. Not even a meal on the road. So I think it's great now that most of these teams have professional barbers that come in and make them look fresh before the games.
Headed towards the corner. Low, hustling after it. Snags it on the run. 2 away now.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
McMahon in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Scale of 1 to 10, how good a barber were you?
For a non-professional, I'd say I was probably a 7. But if I was comparing to professionals, I'd be like a 3.
That one not close. And the count is 1-2.
I'll never forget the time that I cut Jose Canseco's hair. He had a pretty big melon, Boog. And
big dome?
It took a while.
Yeah.
There's a little pressure there, too, because he had a big date that night, and he wanted me to make sure that everything looked good.
Wow.
Yeah. He's a big guy, too. I didn't want him to hurt me.
Yeah, he's large. Swing and a ground ball. Lau sends it to first. 3rd out, and that ends the frame. Nothing doing for the offense that time. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Rays 9 and the Rockies 1. And welcome back to the ballpark. John Shambi with my buddy Chris Singleton, and set to get us started. Bottom 5, Danny Jansen. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone. Action in the pen down there. Scott Alexander getting ready to come on for Bud Black. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Outside low.
2 strikes.
1-2 to count. Out to short. Tovar throws across the diamond, and that's the first out of the bottom of the fifth.
The left fielder, Christopher Morel.
Christopher Morel next to hit for the Rays. Bird, 29 years old, and he was a 5th-round pick back in 2018. On the ground to short, Tovar zips it to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Jonathan Aranda.
Next is the designated hitter, Jonathan Aranda. 1 for 2. Foul ball. Next offering down in the dirt. The 1-1 is fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. Swing and a ball driven out to center. That's going back. Back some more. And it's off the batter's eye. And they tack on to their lead. It's 10-1.
That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
Johnny DeLuca next to hit for the Rays. That's a little bit low. And that's a base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Right there, does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of hits there.
Runner at first with 2 away. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Jose Caballero. On the ground, out to short. Over to first. That ends the frame. 1 scores in the inning, coming on this solo home run. It's now 10-1. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back now in Tampa Bay. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. And now the shortstop, Ezekiel Tovar. McClanahan back to work. Edge of the zone for a strike. 0-1.
Well, every pitcher wants run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And he's up to 7 strikeouts.
Man, that slider bearing in on your hands like that, it's just so tough to fight off. It's kind of like a cutter, and it just can eat you up, saw you off. I'll tell you what, hitters have nightmares about that pitch. Perfectly executed out there on the mound.
Chris takes a fastball for a strike.
When a guy's throwing a lot of first pitch strikes as a hitter, you got to be ready to hit. Now, that's not going to help you get deep into his pitch count and into the bullpen, but you got to take what he's offering that day.
Ripped to short. Over to Diaz. And a couple of quick outs.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
2 down, bases empty. Thairo Estrada digging in for the Rockies. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. Now the 0-1. Fouled off left side. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. The Rockies with a lot of ground to make up, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. And a foul ball. He stays alive. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. 1, 2, 3 go the Rockies. They're down 9. It's 10-1. Bottom of the 6th. And the batter now, Yandy Diaz. And right back to the mound. And a quick out, number 1.
Good arm side run and sink on that pitch right there.
Number 8.
Got inside on him and got him to bounce into that out.
Brandon Lau.
So next to the plate for Tampa Bay, Brandon Lau. And a chance to make some history here, Chris.
Yeah, he's homered 3 times so far, and now he gets another chance. At least we think. We'll see if the pitcher gives him anything to hit. It's so rare to see a 3-homer performance, but even more special for that player to get another chance at the plate to do it again for 4.
And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Activity in the bullpen. Scott Alexander up and loosening in the pen. One down, base is empty. That one finds the zone. No balls, 2 strikes. Way inside, gets out of the way.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the count.
Another 1-2.
No, inside.
The Rays up big in this one here in the bottom of the 6th. And that one ripped into right, and that's a fair ball.
Well, he wasn't afraid to hit with 2 strikes. I think he choked up a little bit, maybe spread out, but he got the job done right there.
Runner on at first with 1 gone. Now the third baseman, Junior Caminero. Swing and a miss. That's strike 1.
0-1.
Lau over at first with 1 away. Swing and a ball lifted left field. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down.
Now batting, right fielder, Josh Lowe.
Josh Lowe getting ready to hit. And that's through there for a strike. 0-1. Line drive. Beck makes the play, and that'll do it. The Rays strand just the 1, but they maintain their 10-1 lead. Top of inning number 7. So in now for Colorado, Michael Toglia. He swings and fouls one off. And that drops in for a strike. Back to the mound. He's got it. Gets it to first. That's the first out, the top of the 7th.
The left fielder, number 22, Nolan Jones.
Now the left fielder, Nolan Jones. And that one's a little bit low. And that's ball 1. Late swing, foul to the left.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
And that's in there at the knees. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Base is empty, 1 away. Here in the top half of inning number 7. Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field.
Now batting.
Man at first with 1 gone. Next to hit, Jordan Beck. Ground ball right side, could be 2. On to second, they get 1. Back to first, double play. And that's it for the inning. This one pretty well decided at this point. 7th inning stretch time. Rays 10 and the Rockies 1.
Now pitching for the
We're
Rockies.
back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Jimmy Herget.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Jansen in the box now. No balls and a strike. Yeah, that's fouled off. Plenty of offense in this one, Singy. I guess you'd say kind of what we expected, though.
Well, this was a game, looking at the pitching matchup, where you expected offense to score, and not as lopsided as this. But, yeah, you definitely expected to see some offense coming up.
Sends it to Toglia, and the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th. Christopher Morel next to hit for the Rays. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
Well, that's that slurve right there. He threw it extremely well. You talk about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
Line drive, base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
That's a good job right there.
Up next,
you got two strikes on you, just got to battle.
The designated hitter,
Jonathan Aranda next to hit for the Rays. Ground ball, could be two. Throws to first in time.
Up next for the Rays, the center fielder,
Johnny DeLuca next to hit for the Rays.
DeLuca.
And there's a ball.
That's in.
In the air out to center. Estrada on the move. And he makes the catch. And that ends the inning. All set for the start of the inning. And now the catcher comes up to him. Jacob Stallings. Swinging a foul straight back. Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Shane McClanahan will depart. Great effort out of him as he exits in line for the win. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we get back.
Now pitching for the
new
Rays.
Arm out of the bullpen, number 70.
Number 70.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
Swing and a high fly ball in the air left field. And there's one down.
The center fielder, number 9, Brenton Doyle.
And now the center fielder, Brenton Doyle. 0 for 3 in this one. I think when you contemplate him as a player, the first thing you think about is defense, and you think about that great arm.
I also think about the speed. If he can get on, that's going to give one more thing for that pitcher to think about.
One down, base is empty. Foul ball there. Swings and misses. Went back to the slider, and it was a good idea.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way. So credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly, he had him fooled.
McMahon stands in now and watches strike one. 2 down, nobody on, and we're in the top of the 8th. That one ripped. And in one hops the wall. The throw into second. And he'll make it to second base with 2 gone.
Up next for Colorado, the shortstop.
Man in scoring position with 2 away. Next for Colorado, Ezekiel Tovar. There's a strike. McMahon at second with 2 down. Pitch is in there. That's strike 2. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Slider got him for strike 3. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. Rays 10 and the Rockies 1. And we're back.
And
bottom of the inning. Now up for Tampa Bay, Jose Caballero. Herget in his 4th year, 31 years old, and he found his way onto the team after being claimed off waivers. Lined, and that's a base hit.
The first baseman, number
Back
2,
to the top of the order.
Yandy.
And now the first baseman,
Diaz.
Yandy Diaz. Right through there for a strike. Nobody out, runner at first. Foul ball, still 0-2. That one missed. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And there's one away.
You know, Boog, you often think a slider's more for that horizontal movement.
The batter,
Most of the
8,
good ones have
second
both vertical
baseman,
depth and that horizontal movement, and that's what we saw right there. Good drop on the break and got him to swing over the top.
And that one is lifted in the air. Doyle on the move to the alley. Snags it for the second out.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
Now batting,
and stepping in for the Rays, Junior Caminero. Up the middle. Sends it to Tolia. Inning over. Back here at Tropicana Field, all set to start the 9th in this one. Here's Colorado's DH, Chris Bryant. Pitch is in for a strike. It's 0-1.
First pitch changeup, he gets a called strike. You got to really know who that hitter is at the plate in order to throw that pitch again and again.
Late with the swing there.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
0-2. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Next pitch is outside.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Now batting, second base.
Tyrell Estrada digs in now. 1 for 3. Swing and a ball popped up. Caminero. And puts the squeeze on that one. 2 down.
The first baseman, number 4, Michael Tolia.
So it's their last chance in this one. Michael Tolia digging in for the Rockies. Gets the outside corner with that one. Two outs. Base knock center field.
That can be a dangerous pitch if you don't get it inside enough, because as a hitter, you see it coming across the plate the whole way. No problem handling it and putting a good swing on it that time.
Jones in the box with two gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Tolia, the runner at first with two gone. Way out front for strike two.
More and more guys are looking to slug regardless of the count. In this situation, we'll keep a close eye on his approach.
This could end it. On the ground, and this should do it. And that is the ball game.
Well, his team was ready from the first pitch of the ball game. Swinging the bats, scoring runs, just very aggressive. I feel like they set the tone, and that tone created a momentum that took them all the way to the finish line. Nice win today.
10-1 the final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.